Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm just browsing YouTube right now. I wanted to watch this video and I wanted to go live. And so I'm going live with this video in the background. Thanks for tuning in. Good stuff.
Once a printer is fully tested and ready for shipping, it heads down to the expedition and shipping section. This department is stretched across 2 floors and covers around 600 square meters. And right here, your 3D printer is carefully packed and sent on its way. It's an incredibly busy place with a stock inventory of over 200,000.
This is Prusa 3D. They're major manufacturer of 3D printers out of Sweden. Sweden? I think so. Oh, Prague, Czech Republic. Anyways, this is about their factory 2024.
Items. Every month, we ship out more than 10,000 3D printers and over 100,000 items. That's over 30,000 packages every month and nearly 400,000 packages per year. And we ship them all from our HQ to the entire world. And what's amazing? Only a little over 40 people run this show. We operate a pick and pack system here, which is something like shopping in a giant supermarket, complete with a code reader and a basket. Our team members pick items from our warehouse and hand them over for packing. Then everything gets ready for the delivery company. Once everything's in place and fully packed, your package, along with the other ones on the pallet, is sealed with foil, ensuring everything's safe and sound. And then, finally, it's on its way to you. So this is the journey our 3D printers have to make before they are turned into fully functioning machines. But we are far from finished. There's a whole lot more happening here. In 2018, we introduced Prusament, our own in-house made filament. We were not satisfied with the quality of filaments on the market, so we started making it ourselves. We bought a number of filament manufacturing lines and we did something what's very common here. We took them apart and started modifying them because we wanted to make extremely consistent filament with perfect winding. When you want to start producing filament, it boils down to 2 main things: source materials and equipment. We start with these plastic pellets and we mix them with color pigments and other additives in these machines. The entire path of the filament is closely monitored with a number of high-precision sensors to ensure color consistency and the state-of-the-art 0.02mm precision with most of our materials. Every spool comes with a QR code. Scan it and you'll see manufacturing details, including ovality and manufacturing tolerances. So, what happens with the spools that don't pass the tests? Well, we recycle them and use them to produce our recycled PLA and PETG filaments. And plenty of spools also end up in our content department, where they are turned into amazing prints, which we take to various events and shows. The demand for Prusament keeps growing and we produce around 600 tons of filament each year. But we are constantly expanding our manufacturing capacity and also improving various parts of the process to make it more efficient, like by adding this box folding robot.
Hold up, I want to see that. I want to see a box folding robot.
Prusament keeps growing and we produce around 600 tons of filament each year. But we are constantly expanding our manufacturing capacity and also improving various parts of the process to make it more efficient, like by adding this box folding robot.
Brilliant.
With the SL1S printer, it only made sense to start developing and making resins too. And don't worry, nothing's wrong with your screen. We have to use special protective surfaces on the windows to block UV light. So this is actually how the place looks. For our resins, we carefully picked all the components and made sure that our products do not contain bisphenol A. We are offering bio-based tough, model and flex resins, and we are constantly adding new colors too. Just like with our filament, the entire process is closely monitored for correct properties and color consistency, so you don't have to worry that prints from two different batches would have a different color. Plus, our resins are low odor and certified to be non-irritating to the skin. With all the quality control and in-house equipment, it's not very common when our printers get returned. In fact, we have a warranty claim rate of just 0.3%. But in case you have a problem or you need any kind of assistance, our tech support team is here for you. They are doing a consistently amazing job, and I'm pretty sure that our 24/7 tech support in 7 languages is one of the things our users praise the most. Needless to say, it's often a very tough job and requires constant learning and training. Our tech support team has to know every printer inside out, so they can quickly provide assistance should you need it.
Oh, those new XLs are so cool. You can dock like a head that can quickly switch. That's how the support here is a different color, because it can quickly switch between the main filament as probably like PETG, and then it switches to the support filament. You can separate it out that way.
Next up, our customer services team takes on the more complex issues that couldn't be resolved remotely. On the rare occasion something does go wrong, our technicians get to the bottom of the issue with deep diagnostics, often cooperating with the quality control department. The sales and shipping team plays a vital part in the process too. The sales support team is in constant communication with our customers.
Wow, so this is like 400 people?
Assisting with price quotes and order placements. And the B2B sales team is dedicated to building important partnerships, bringing solutions for our customers' unique requirements, as well as overseeing various sales projects. Meanwhile, our shipping team works closely with our transport partners to ensure top-notch shipping services globally, ensuring every package arrives in great shape right where it's supposed to be. When you enter the main building, you'll encounter an important part of Prusa Research, Prusa Lab. Since 2018, it's been an amazing workshop for makers, hobbyists, architecture and design students, entrepreneurs, and anyone else with a creative spark. With plenty of space and full of high-tech equipment, it's one of the largest shared workshops in Central Europe. 3D printing is obviously the main focus here, but the range of tools quickly expanded. Lasers, CNC machines, an electronics lab, and more. And we use them internally too, for prototyping and testing of various designs. When the pandemic struck, we had to restrict access to the premises. However, we didn't want to sit down and wait for the pandemic to blow over. Instead, we put our machines and our hands to work, and we started manufacturing protective face shields for frontline staff. We made over 250,000 shields in total, and our local project quickly turned into a global endeavor. Once the pandemic began to subside, Prusa Lab took the opportunity to shift its focus to custom manufacturing, and we started an accelerator program to help startups turn great ideas into great products. This new approach has led to awesome success stories like Joyseat, the world's first customizable 3D printed bicycle seat. It's
Wow.
also been a launchpad for innovative projects featuring recycled materials, And we also made the remarkable Fluidum project that made waves at Expo 2020.
Ooh. Ooh. That makes me think of the recent thing with Disney. The guy, the Imagineer, who designed the floor for it was like the VR floor. This reminds me of that.
Many times, Prusa Lab proved to be a reliable technological partner for artists and innovators from our local Czech community and beyond.
Llama.
When you get one of our 3D printers, it comes with an assembly manual and a handbook, but you can also check our web for printing tips, academic courses, free models to download, and you can learn how to tweak and tune your printer in the knowledge base. Photos, videos, voiceovers, printables, and other websites, tutorials and guides, new product announcements, this all comes from here, the content department. It's a bunch of developers, writers, filmmakers, designers, and other creative people bringing you all sorts of content. Like this video.
Did we get it this time?
Let's do it one more time.
We have also launched an incredibly successful program for schools, universities, and other institutions to bring 3D printing into modern education. And we prepared a number of thorough 3D printing courses in the Prusa Academy program that will teach you everything from design principles to 3D printing itself. And all the awesome models for various events are made here too. When you take filament scraps and give them a bit of good old post-processing with sanding and painting, the results are simply amazing. There is a downside though. There are days when you have to battle your way through a bunch of life-size Iron Man statues and robots before you get to your office. And next, we would love to take you to our development area. After all, we have over 100 developers here. But there's a catch. We can't show you all the offices because of all the various prototypes being scattered absolutely everywhere. But we can definitely show you the Prusa Pro AFS, which was already showcased on various events. It's our next generation automated print farm system designed for business customers and universities. It shares some components with other printers, but there are several unique solutions, including automated print collection. And of course, we do much more than just hardware. We also develop software. Our printers receive firmware updates with new useful features even years after release. We continuously improve Prusa Connect, our remote print management system, and we also develop our own open
Prusa Connect. I use something like that. This is better than what I use though.
source slicing software.
There's also Octoprint, but wasn't supporting the new binary G code
called Prusa Slicer. We have a team of 13 full-time developers who maintain the code, and thanks to their hard work, Prusa Slicer is an absolutely feature-packed slicing tool for many 3D printers out there, not just ours. You may not even know it, but even if you're using a different slicer, the code base may actually be shared with our Prusa Slicer. And our websites have massively expanded over the years too. The web department develops more than 30 applications, both for customers and for internal purposes, and they serve more than 1 million users every month. So that's not just our eShop, but also the Printables community website, a vast knowledge base, and our remote printer management system, just to name a few. We use everything from Python and PHP to modern tools such as Kubernetes, Argo CD, OpenTelemetry, or Grafana. So all these huge prints, special tools and high-tech toys are really cool, but our company wouldn't get too far without departments that keep the whole show running. We have our processing team to ensure that the entire chain from sourcing parts to delivering the printer works smoothly. Then there is the HR department, the finance team, purchasing department that processes thousands and thousands of orders, and also the grants department. It works closely with a number of universities and research organizations to develop new products. We are a member of the National Center of Competence for Industrial 3D Printing supported by the Czech Technology Agency. And with the support of the Czech Development Agency, we also implement projects developing socially beneficial 3D printing in Africa. And let's make a short stop in our sustainability department that helps to reduce our carbon footprint on this planet. The side panels of Prusament spools are made from recycled plastic. We manufacture recycled filaments. You can download a sustainability report and also a product passport for the Mark III's Plus, which gives you a great overview of the origin of its parts and CO2 production. But it's also the general purpose of 3D printers that makes a difference. 3D printers allow you to fix broken things, so you can repair them instead of throwing them away. And we also cooperate with many leading companies that publish their designs on printables.com. And since you've seen most of our factory by now, you can probably imagine how demanding it is to keep all the stuff running. And that's a task for the IT and facility departments. So yeah, it takes a lot of people to keep this ship sailing. And actually, some animals too. So let's take a little walk behind the warehouses, because here you can find our very unusual colleagues. Whenever you need to take a break from your duties, you can spend some time here with our alpacas. Just be sure to bring some snacks with you. They really enjoy company, and they actually starred in a couple of movies already. And to wrap up the introduction of unlikely residents in this industrial area, let's visit the beehives really quickly. And yes, we do have bees. They collect pollen from the neighboring park and a botanical garden and produce delicate honey. So there you have it. That's Prusa Research. When you're in Prague, come see by yourself. I promise it's even better than on YouTube in 4K.
Thank you all for watching, and big thanks to Honza for the narration. I hope you enjoyed our little sneak peek into what we are doing here, and as always, happy printing.
Oops. All right, cool. That was Prusa Research. Look at the factory in Prague. Anyways, for today, what to do? What to do, what to do. Huh. Let's play around in DaVinci Resolve. All right, I literally want to just putter around, look around. Can we make? Mess around maybe with Fusion. I'm trying to get more familiar with DaVinci Resolve, and part of that is just more hours in program. Just refamiliarizing myself. Maybe it'd be smart. Actually, okay, maybe we could take a look at the not the strategy guide, but the manual. See if there's anything that we could look up and then play around with, test out. So literally going through the manual on stream sounds fun to me. All right, it's cool. We want to get better. All right, so what do we have here? Navigation, edit, Blackmagic Cloud, Resolve FX. Project libraries, that doesn't make any sense to me. The way Resolve does the sound library. That's an idea. I could show you a workflow that I'm trying to develop, figure out. Fusion page effects. Here we go. Fusion fundamentals. Let's start here. Oh man, it's just a quick 600-page read on stream. Well, that'd be fun. I do want to get my hands dirty though. But for real, let's just start reading the DaVinci Resolve reference manual. It's gonna be fun. Let's do it. And on the side here, I'm gonna have a note-taking thing. I've got Notion open so that I can take some notes. If I actually cover some things that I'm like, oh, I wanna keep track of that. I'm going to read it. There you go. Chapter 63, Introduction to Compositing in Fusion. This introduction is designed to explicitly to help users who are new to Fusion get started learning this exceptionally powerful environment for creating and editing visual effects and motion graphics right from within DaVinci Resolve, or using the standalone Fusion Studio application. This documentation covers both the Fusion page inside DaVinci Resolve and the standalone Fusion Studio application. Contents. What is Fusion? The Fusion page within DaVinci Resolve. The Fusion Studio standalone application. What kinds of effects does Fusion offer? How hard will this be to learn? That's what I'm wondering. What is Fusion? Blackmagic designed Fusion is powerful 2D and 3D visual effects compositing software with over 30 years of evolution, serving the motion picture and broadcast industry, creating effects seen in countless films and television series. It is available as a standalone application as well as a page within DaVinci Resolve. It is in its purest form. Fusion is a collection of image processing engines called nodes. These nodes represent effects like blurs and color correctors, as well as images, 3D models, and spline masks. Similar to effects you may be familiar with, each node includes a set of parameters that can be adjusted and animated over time. Stringing different nodes together in a graphical user interface called a node tree allows you to create sophisticated visual effects. The nodes, node trees, and all settings you create are saved in a document called a composition, or comp for short. The Fusion page within DaVinci Resolve. Merged right into DaVinci Resolve, the Fusion page makes it possible to jump immediately from editing right into compositing. with no need to export media, relink files, or launch another application to get your work done. Now everything you need lives right inside DaVinci Resolve. Sweet. Let's dock this. Cool. And let's open the Fusion page. Wait. Oh yeah, and I need to add the thing for my, so you guys can see my, where my mouse is. What's that thing called? There we go. Easier to see my mouse. Yep. The Fusion page in DaVinci Resolve showing viewers, the node editor, and the inspector. How do I use the Fusion page? The relationship between the edit page and the Fusion page is similar to the relationship between the edit page. Let's relationship between the edit page and the Fusion page is similar to the relationship between the edit page and the color page. Each clip can have a grade applied to it in the color page, and similarly, every clip can have a composition applied to it in the Fusion page. If you use the Fusion page to create any kind of effect or composite, a badge appears on that clip in the timeline to show that clip has a composition applied to it. Right. So if you have a clip, that's the little Fusion thing. Yay. To create an effect in the Fusion page of DaVinci Resolve, oh yeah, it's right there. You need only park the playhead over a clip in the edit or cut page, and then click the Fusion page button. Your clip is immediately available as a media in node in the Fusion page. Huh? Huh? Oh, right, right. I don't have any media here. Oh, let's bring this in. So this was a thing I rendered the other day. Why isn't it showing up? Oh. Huh. Okay, whatever. To create this effect in the Fusion page of DaVinci Resolve, you need only park the playhead over a clip in the edit or cut page. That's what this was. And then you can open this up and then click the Fusion page button, and your thing automatically does its thing. Huh? Oh. What? Wait, what? and it is immediately available, ready for you to add a variety of stylistic effects. You can paint out an unwanted blemish or feature, build a quick composite to add graphics or text, or accomplish any other visual effect you can imagine, built from the Fusion Pages toolkit of effects. Alternatively, in DaVinci Resolve, you have the option of editing together all the clips you want to use, superimposing and lining up every piece of media you'll need with the correct timing before selecting them and creating a Fusion clip. Yeah, so basically, edit first and line your clips up first, and then you do the effects and stuff. A Fusion clip functions as a single item in the edit or cut page timeline. But once in the Fusion page, each piece of media you've assembled is revealed in a fully built Fusion composition, ready for you to start adding nodes to customize for whatever effect you need to create. Whichever way you want to work, all this happens on the very same timeline as editing, grading, and audio post for a seamless back and forth as you edit, refine, and finish your projects. How do Fusion effects differ from edit page effects? I'd like to know. Personally, I was wondering the same thing. When using DaVinci Resolve, you can create numerous effects in the edit page. Transitions, fades, superimpositions, superimpose, superimpositions, over-the-shoulder picture-in-picture effects, time remapping, and lower third titles are some of the effects that can be quickly and more efficiently created in the edit or cut page timeline. However, the Fusion Pages node-based interface lets you go deep into the details of a composition to create sophisticated 2D and 3D effects with precise control and endless customization. Effects that include more than 2 or 3 layers can be much more manageable in Fusion. Green or blue screen composites, sky replacements, and object removal are all effects better suited for Fusion's most advanced toolset. So green, blue screen composites, sky replacements, and object removals, so masking and stuff, are all effects that are better for Fusion, better to use in Fusion than the other ones. Then the color page and the edit page. So how do Fusion effects differ from color page effects? That's what I was just remarking on. The color page in DaVinci Resolve can also handle some visual effects work. Effects that blur the line between color grading and finishing can be very fast and intuitive in the color page, especially for people already familiar with the color page toolset. Beauty work and small image repairs can make efficient use of the color page's straightforward tracking tool, face refinement, and patch replacer effects. However, when it comes to more challenging blue-green screen compositing, the tools built around Fusion's powerful Delta Keyer Da-na-na-na. Oh. Delta Keyer. Fusion's powerful Delta Keyer are more capable of handling these shots. Integrating 3D objects into live action scenes, split screen effects, motion graphics, and precise keyframing are all better suited to the Fusion page. I have not seen very much motion graphics inside the Fusion page, but well, maybe we'll find out. Maybe. The Fusion Studio standalone application, we're not using that. We're using DaVinci Resolve. I want to use it in the editing timeline and the whole workflow. Rendering out your final, okay, whatever. Gradient, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. What kinds of effects does Fusion offer? Yeah, what can it do? In addition to the kinds of robust compositing, paint, rotoscoping, and keying effects you'd expect from a fully featured 2D compositing environment, Fusion offers much more. There's 3D compositing. Fusion has powerful 3D nodes that include extruded 3D text, simple geometry, and the ability to import 3D models. Once you've assembled a 3D scene, you can add cameras, lights, and materials, shaders, and then render the result with depth of field effects and auxiliary channels to integrate with more conventional layers of 2D compositing for a sophisticated blending of 3D and 2D operations in the very same node tree. Ooh. You can have a 3D program in your video program. A 3D scene with textured 3D created entirely in Fusion. Particles. It's got a particle system. Fusion also has an extensive set of nodes for creating particle systems that have been used in major motion pictures, with particle generators capable of spawning other generators, 3D particle generation, complex simulation behaviors that interact with 3D objects, and endless options for experimentation and customization. You can create particle system simulations for VFX or more abstract particle effects for motion graphics. Wow. Text. The text tools in Fusion are exceptional, giving you layout and animation options in both 2D and 3D. Furthermore, within DaVinci Resolve, these text tools have been incorporated into the edit and cut pages as Fusion titles. These titles templates are compositions saved from Fusion as macros with published controls that are visible in the edit or cut page inspector for easy customization, even if you're working with people who don't know Fusion. I mean, that doesn't look that good. And that doesn't look that good. Okay. That's not what this is about. It's just showing what's possible. You as the artist have to take it to the next level after you figure out how to do it. A multi-layered text composite integrating video clips and Fusion generated elements. And lots more. The list goes on with stereo and VR adjustment nodes. VR adjustment nodes? I wonder if that's actually real VR, virtual reality, or if it's something else. Planar tracking. Deep pixel nodes for recompositing rendered 3D scenes using auxiliary channel data. Powerful masking and rotoscoping nodes, and warping effects. Fusion is an impressively featured environment for building worlds. Ah, that's Unreal Engine, but okay. Fixing problems. Okay, maybe. And flying multi-layered motion graphic animations through your programs. How hard will this be? Is this gonna suck or what? That depends on what you want to do, but honestly, it's not so bad. With this PDF at your side, helping guide the way, it's worth repeating that this Fusion documentation was developed specifically to help users who've never before worked with Fusion learn the core concepts needed to perform the basics in preparation for learning the rest of the application on your own. Fusion is a deep, production-driven product that's had decades of development, so its feature set is deep and comprehensive. You won't learn it in an hour. We're not going to learn it in this one stream, but much of what you'll find won't be so very different from other compositing applications you may have used. And if you've familiarized yourself with the node-based grading workflow of the DaVinci Resolve color page, you've already got a leg up on understanding the central operational concepts of compositing in Fusion. Okay. So exploring the Fusion interface. Yeah, let's put this center because we're just reading for now. Exploring the Fusion interface. This chapter provides an orientation on the Fusion user interface, providing a quick tour of what tools are available, where to find things, and how the different panels fit together to help you build and refine compositions in this powerful node-based environment. Contents. Let's see. We're gonna go through this all. Contents. The Fusion user interface. Maybe this stream will be literally. I could start with like just literally reading the DaVinci Resolve reference manual to get things started with this. That'd be hilarious. This stream. I mean, I could do that. Stream every hour reading the entire DaVinci Resolve manual out loud. Oh man, this is hilarious. That could be so 4,000 pages. How many pages does it take me to read in 3 hours? I'm thinking about it. I kind of like the idea that this stream starts with me reading the entire DaVinci Resolve manual for 3 hours a day until I'm complete. With this. That's so funny. Oh man. All right, well actually shouldn't think about it right now. Let's just continue and then maybe at the end reconsider, because I got at least like another hour. I've been reading for like what, 15 minutes. Let's even see if I got the Fusion user interface. So the contents of the Fusion page where we're starting on this is the Fusion user interface, the work area, interface toolbar, choosing which panel has focus, viewers, zooming and panning into viewers, loading nodes into viewers, clearing viewers, viewer controls, time ruler and transport controls, time ruler controls in the Fusion page, time ruler controls in Fusion Studio. I want to skip the Fusion Studio stuff. The playhead, zoom and scroll bar, transport controls in the Fusion page, audio monitoring, transport controls in Fusion Studio, changing the time display format, keyframe display in the time ruler, the Fusion RAM check for playback, toolbar, customizing the toolbar, node editor, adding nodes to your composition, removing nodes from your composition, identifying node inputs and node outputs, node editing essentials, navigating the node editor, vertical node editor layouts, keeping organized, status bar, effects library, the inspector, the tools and modifiers, panels, parameter header controls, parameter tabs, keyframe editor, keyframes editor, control summary, adjusting clip timings, adjusting effect timings, adjusting keyframe timings, spline editor, control summary, choosing which parameters to show, essential spline editing tools and modes, thumbnail, timeline in the Fusion page, the media pool in the Fusion page, importing media into the media pool on the Fusion page, bins in Fusion Studio, bins interface, the Bin Studio Player, the console, customizing Fusion, the Fusion settings window, showing and hiding panels, resizing panels, Fusion Studio floating frame, Fusion keyboard remapping, Fusion Studio keyboard remapping, and undo and redo. Okay, yo, let's get into it. We're doing it. We're just straight up gonna read the manual on stream. If we need to look some up, we got it right here. Or test it. The Fusion user interface. If you open up everything at once, Fusion is divided into 4 principal regions designed to help you make fast work of node-based compositing. The viewers are at the top. 1 viewer, 2 viewer. The work area is at the bottom. Work area. The inspector is at the right. Inspector. In the effects library is the area found at the left. Effects library. In DaVinci Resolve's Fusion page, the effects library shares space with the media pool. Media pool. All these panels work together to let you add effects, paint to correct issues, create motion graphics or title sequences, or build sophisticated 3D and multi-layered composites. The Fusion user interface shown completely. However, Fusion doesn't have to be that complicated, and in truth, you can work very nicely with only the viewer, node editor, the viewer, the node editor, and inspector open for a simplified experience. So close all this, close this, get lost. Go kick some rocks. All right. A simplified set of Fusion controls for everyday work. Ooh, look at that. Look at that node structure. The work area. You probably won't see the term the work area used much in favor of the specific panels within the work area that you'll be using. Still, the area referred to as the work area in the region at the bottom half of the Fusion user interface, within which you can expose the 3 main panels used to construct compositions and edit animations in Fusion. What? I don't know if I read that weird, but that made no sense. You probably won't see the work area. Still, the area referred to as the work area in the region at the bottom half of the Fusion user interface, within which you can expose the 3 main panels used to construct compositions and edit animations in Fusion. Okay, so they're talking about, okay. They're talking about, okay, we can make this. We got the keyframes and then the splines. Which, to be honest, like, that's kind of confusing. To get the splines to open, you have to go up over here. Whatever. Yeah. Got a mini map. By default, the node editor is the first thing you'll see, and the editor and the main area you'll be working within. But it can sit side by side with the spline editor and keyframes editor as necessary. You can make more horizontal room on your display for these 3 panels by putting the effects library and inspector into a half-8 mode. Half-8 mode. Huh. Just gonna throw out like some half-8 mode. What is half-8 mode? I don't know. The work area showing the node editor, the spline editor, and the keyframe editor. Interface toolbar. At the very top of Fusion is a toolbar with buttons that let you show and hide different parts of the user interface. Buttons with labels identify which parts of the UI can be shown or hidden. In DaVinci Resolve's Fusion page, if you right-click anywhere within this toolbar, you have the option of displaying this bar with or without text labels. Ah. Wait, so if you're anywhere in this toolbar, this one? Media pool? Oh. 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 Ew. Oh. I need the words, so I need the words at this point. I'm not like, I don't have this memorized. But if I keep reading this manual, I'll memorize it soon. Oh, yeah. These buttons are as follows from left to right. Media pool, effects library, full height, lets you see the area used by the media pool, DaVinci Resolve only, and or effects library, media and effects. Yeah, those two. We got rid of them. They told us to get rid of those. They're unnecessary, giving you more area for browsing at the expense of a narrower node editor and viewer area. At half-8, there's that term again. I don't know what that means. Half-8. The media pool, templates, effects library are restricted to the top half of the UI along with the viewers. Okay, whatever. Yeah, we get it. Okay, so it's the media pool, effects library, full height. Oh, that's it. That's what they mean. That's just what they're talking about. Okay. We got the media pool, which shows and hides the media pool. Yeah. Clips opens and closes the thumbnail timeline. This one's which lets you navigate your program, create and manage multiple versions of compositions and reset the current composition. Yeah. Oh, I actually didn't know that one because I use that in the color page, but I didn't know it popped up like that in the Fusion page. And then we got nodes, which is kind of crucial. That's like the whole point of this page. Console. Where's console? Oh, you should have read 3 more words. So no, don't worry about that. Spline opens and closes the spline editor where you can edit the curves, then interpolate keyframe animations. Splines, that's right here. Yeah, this is where you make things smooth or whatever. Keyframes opens and closes the keyframe editor, which shows each clip and effects nodes in your Fusion composition as a layer. You can use the keyframes editor to edit and adjust the timeline of keyframes that have been added to various blah blah blah. Yeah. Yada yada. Okay, cool. We can kind of skip past this stuff, right? Keyframes, metadata, which is like if we get good, we'll use this, or we can like tag what's in the clips. And then there's the inspector, kind of crucial. And actually, I will keep that up. And then the height, cool. So choosing which panel has focus. Whenever you click somewhere on the Fusion interface using the pointer or using a keyboard shortcut to select a particular panel, you give the panel of the user interface focus. A panel with focus captures special keyboard shortcuts to do something within that panel, as opposed to doing something elsewhere in the interface. Huh? Huh? Okay. What? Where is... Oh. So choosing which panel has focus. The focus indicator shown at the top edge of the media pool shown next to the viewer that doesn't have focus. Huh? What? Huh? Huh? Whenever you click somewhere on the Fusion interface using the pointer or using a keyboard shortcut to select a particular panel, you give the panel of the user interface focus. A panel with focus captures specific keyboard shortcuts to do something within that panel, as opposed to doing something somewhere elsewhere in the interface. What? To make it easier to keep track of which panel has focus, a highlight appears at the top edge of whichever panel has focus. In DaVinci Resolve, you must turn on. Oh, it's right there. I don't have it turned on. Show focus indicators in the user interface. In the UI settings panel of the user preferences to see the highlight. Okay, whatever. We're not doing that. But I do want to see the setting. I just want to see the setting. So show focus indicators in the user interface. Okay, so let's see. We go to, how do I get to user interface? Media storage, user, video, general, user, editing, hide UI. Okay, I'm just kind of peeking around different settings. I don't know where that is. What am I looking for? Show focus. Whatever. We'll find it in another episode. The focus indicator show. Okay, yeah. So screw the focus indicator. Don't want to do that anyways. The viewer area displays either one or two viewers at the top of the Fusion page, and this is determined via the viewer button at the far right of the viewer title bar. Each viewer can show a single node's output from anywhere in the node tree. You assign which node is displayed in which viewer. This makes it easy to load separate nodes into each viewer for comparison. For example, you can load a keyer node into the left viewer and then the final composite into the right viewer. So you can see the image you're adjusting and the final results at the same time. Huh? 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 Okay, well, I just got the same thing twice. How come that doesn't... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's the original. You press 1, and it shows up in media in one screen, and then this is 2. And it's a delta keyer. Fun. Ordinarily, each viewer shows 2D nodes from your composition as a single image. However, When you're viewing a 3D node, you have the option to set that viewer to one of several 3D views. A perspective view gives you a repositionable stage on which to arrange the elements of the world you're creating. Alternatively, a quad view lets you see your composition from 4 angles. Oh man, talking about 3D inside of DaVinci Resolve is getting me excited. For the world you're creating. Alternatively, a quad view lets you see your composition from 4 angles, making it easier to arrange and edit objects and layers within the XYZ axes of the 3D space in which you're working. Perspective view of a camera working in 3D space in DaVinci Resolve. Very cool. I want to do this. I want to do this stuff. So this is fun. We're going to read this whole freaking manual on stream and then figure out how to do this stuff. Loading a 3D node into a viewer switches on a perspective view. Tip: in perspective view, you can hold down the middle and right mouse buttons, then drag in the viewer to pivot the view around the center of the world. All other methods of navigating viewers work the same. The viewers have a variety of capabilities you can use to compare and evaluate images. Wait, I read that, but I didn't actually hear anything I just said. I'm trying to find my presenter's voice, but also like pick this stuff up myself. So this would be a good time for a commercial break. But we haven't set that up. So for 2 minutes, let's chill on the ball over there. While things are live. Two minutes. And we're back from commercial break. Welcome back, everybody. All right. Sorry for the ads, but you know it pays for the whatever. It pays for the thing, you know. If it weren't for the ads, we wouldn't have the stuff for the things. So thank you. That might be a thing where I take a 2 to 5 minute break every hour. Man, I'm kind of liking this idea of just reading the whole DaVinci Resolve manual on screen. The only problem is that I want to start with the Fusion page, which is not where you'd usually start. But anyways, again, let's see if I can do this for another hour. Loading a 3D node into a viewer switches on a perspective view. So 3D nodes. All right, in perspective view, you can hold down the middle and right mouse buttons. Middle and right mouse. Then drag in the viewer to pivot the view around the center of the world. All other methods of navigating viewers work the same. The viewers have a variety of capabilities you can use to compare and evaluate images. This section provides a short overview of viewer capabilities to get you started. So this is all about just viewing in 3D mode, I guess. There are standardized methods of zooming in and panning around viewers when you need a closer look at the situation. These methods also work with the node editor. The node editor, spline editor, and keyframes editor. Methods of panning viewers. Middle click and drag to pan around the viewer. Hold down Shift and Command and drag the viewer to pan. Shift and Command. Shift, hold down Shift and Command. Command is, or Control. Huh? Oh, that's the same thing. So middle click, and then, and you know what? I can also turn on, what's that program called? Documents, downloads. There it is. Oh. Oh yeah, cool. We got the keyboard thing that shows what I'm clicking. But it doesn't show if I'm mouse clicking. Or, so if I just hit keys? What? Alright, I'm not going to play with that right now though. Figure that out another time. Off camera. Zooming and panning, middle click and drag to pan around the viewer. Hold down Shift and Command and drag the viewer to pan. Drag with 2 fingers on a trackpad to pan. Oh, okay, whatever. We don't have a trackpad. Methods of scaling viewers. Click a viewer and press the equal key to zoom in. Let's do it. Oh my. Oh. Amazing. Minus key to zoom out. Press the middle and left mouse button simultaneously and drag left or right to resize the viewer. Press the middle and left mouse buttons. What the? Oh my goodness, I didn't know about this one. Wow. Amazing. And drag to resize. Hold down the command key. I'm on a PC, I don't have a command key. And use your pointer scroll control to zoom in and out of the viewer. That's the one I know. That's the one I know. That's the one I'm doing. I like this one. The middle mouse click and the left click. Ooh. Spicy. Hold down the middle mouse button and then left click the left mouse button to zoom in, or click the right button to zoom out. What? Oh. I don't know about that one. Whatever. Click a viewer and press the command 1 to resize the image to the viewer to 100%. Huh? Oh, that's a good one to, oh yeah, that's 100%, right? Yep. You can see, oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, 100% up here. 100. Control 2 goes to 200%. Oh, there you have it. Click a viewer and press F to reset the image in the viewer to fit the viewer. So F for fit. What? What? Okay, I guess it's Control F. Okay. Click the Scale Viewer menu and choose Fit or a percentage. Fit. Why is that different? Whatever. Whatever. Right-click on a viewer and choose an option from the Scale submenu of the contextual menu. This includes a custom scale command that lets you type your own scale percentage. Okay. We are going to be so good at resizing this image after this section. Wait, on the viewer and choose an option from the scale submenu. So do the, oh, custom scale. Cool. I mean, that was a whole thing. I didn't know about this. Hold down the command key and drag with 2 fingers. Okay, we're not on a trackpad. Okay. Methods of spinning 3D viewers. In 3D perspective view, which we're not in right now, hold down the middle and right mouse button, then drag to spin the stage around. I want to get into 3D view. I want to go there. How do we get there? 3D. Renderer 3D. 3D keyer, cube, 3D camera, camera 3D. That's what we want. Boom. And then we need 3D renderer, 3D rent, 3D. Maybe we need to read more of the manual first. 3D camera. Yeah, I think I got a 3D text. Let's add a 3D text. Can we go 3D text? Man, all right. I don't know about that. That's it. Put the text to merge 3D or merge 3D. Oh, oh my goodness, I did it. I can't. All right. Nah, I mean, yeah, nothing to it. I knew I could do it. Okay. So in 3D, hold down the middle and right mouse button to spin around. So the middle and right. Ah, wow, that's different from any 3D program I've ever used. And in 3D perspective mode, hold down the shift key and drag with 2 fingers. Yeah, we're not in loading nodes into viewers. When you first open the Fusion page in DaVinci Resolve, the output of the current empty composition, the media output out 1 node, is usually showing in viewer 2. If you're in a dual viewer mode, viewer 1 remains empty until you assign it a node to look at. When using Fusion Studio, to load specific nodes into specific viewers, hover the pointer over a node and click one of 2 buttons that appear at the bottom left of the node. Click once to select a node. Okay, so we've already kind of been able to do that. Wait. Oh, but I didn't get the text. Yes. And then I can just do this. Cool. Oh, this is sweet. And then I could feed it into here, take this off. What if I do this? No? I thought it 3D merge, 3D render. I think I have to do a render, 3D render, renderer, 3D. Feed that, and then it will work. Yes. And this looks disgusting, but hold up. How does this work? Put it like that. Good etiquette. I'm gonna arrange these. Snap, 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 snap. Cool. This is okay. Renderer. No, wait. All I want to do right here is just move the text back a little. So it's in camera, and it is. Yay! Hooray! Hooray! Click once to select a node, and press 1 for the left viewer and 2. Okay, right click. Okay, we did that. Okay, right click. Wait, right click. Wait, right click a node and choose view on in the contextual. So you could right view on left. Okay. I mean, it's probably way easier just to press 1 or 2. Yeah. Hotkeys are cool. Right click the control header of a node in the inspector. Right click the control header of a node in the inspector. Oh. What does it say? Right click the control header of a node in the inspector and choose view on left. Okay, that's still the same thing. No, that's a little different. I don't know. Drag a node and drop it on the viewer. Oh yeah, I've seen people do that too. They're like, they whip it. They go. All the best editors whip their nodes. Whip it. Whip. Wait, why did it turn to black and white? What have I done? Uh-oh. Too much whipping. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Is it one of these? Wait, no. It is. Somehow I pressed that button. Okay, too much whipping. Moving on. When a node is being viewed, a viewer indicator button appears at the bottom left. This is the same control that appears when you hover the pointer over a node. Not only does this control let you know which nodes are loaded into which viewer, but they also expose little round buttons for switching between. Wow, it's kind of nasty, but I said that and I'm not kidding, a bubble just flew out of my mouth. but they also expose little round buttons for switching between viewers. Viewer assignment buttons at the bottom of nodes indicate when they're being viewed. So the little buttons here, see? This one is being viewed over here. This one, I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but I can see the button. You turn it on both. Yeah. Yeah. The buttons. But they also expose little round buttons for switching. Clearing viewers. To clear an image from a viewer, click in the viewer to make it active. A thin red highlight is displayed at the top of the active viewer. With the viewer active, press the tilde accent key. This key is usually found on the left of the one. So let's try clear. Boop. The fast way to remove all the images from this to make sure that none of the viewers is active, and then press the tilde key. You can, oh, wait, what? So I could do, if I do this. Oh, it does both at the same time. Cool. Neato. This key is usually found to the left of the one key. Okay. Viewer controls. A series of buttons and pop-up menus in the viewer's title bar provides several quick ways of customizing the viewer display. Controls in the viewer title bar. Zoom menu lets you zoom in on the image in the viewer to get a closer look, or zoom out to get more room around the edges of the frame for rotoscoping or positioning different layers. So you've got the zoom, yeah, we've already been over that. Split wipe buttons, split wipe, and A/B buffering, buffer menu. You can actually load two nodes into a single viewer using the viewer's A/B buffers by choosing a buffer from the menu and loading a node into the viewer. Turning on the split wipe button, / shows a split wipe between the two buffers. Oh, I've seen this before in VFX reels. So this is what they do. It shows a split wipe between the two buffers, which can be dragged left or right via the handle of the on-screen control, or rotated by dragging anywhere on the dividing line on the on-screen control. Alternatively, you can switch between each full screen buffer to compare them, or to dismiss a split screen by pressing comma, A buffer, and period, B buffer. So let's try and do this. Split wipe button and AB buffer. You can actually load two nodes into a single viewer using the viewer's AB buffers by choosing a buffer from the menu. But I don't even know what that is. What is a buffer? Buffer, okay. Oh. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna make that. Oh. 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 And what is this one? Oh. But let's see the AB buffer here. And then how to load something else out there. Oh, and then try the /. A little confused with this one. By choosing a buffer from the menu and loading a node into the viewer. Turning on the split wipe button, press /, shows a split wipe between the two buffers, which can be dragged left or right via the handle of the on-screen control, or rotated by dragging anywhere on the dividing line on the on-screen control. Alternatively, you can switch between each full screen buffer to compare them, or to dismiss a split screen by pressing A buffer, period, B buffer. All right, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Buffer, I don't know what this buffer is about. Buffer. I feel like I'm supposed to load something here somehow. I don't know. Cliffhanger. We'll maybe pick that up in another episode. Subview type. These aren't available in 3D viewers. Okay. Subview type. These aren't available in 3D viewers. Clicking the icon itself enables or disables the current subview option you've selected. Clicking the icon itself. Subview. So I think that's here. But we're in 3D mode, so clicking the icon itself enables or disables the current subview option you've selected. Well, using the menu lets you choose which subview is enabled. This menu serves one of two purposes. When displaying ordinary 2D nodes, it lets you open up subviews, which are viewer accessories within a little pane that can be used to evaluate images in different ways. These include an image navigator for navigating when zoomed far into an image, magnifier 2D viewer, a mini view of the image, 3D histogram scope, color inspector histogram scope, image info tooltip, metadata tooltip, vector scope, or waveform scope. The swap options, Shift V, lets you switch what's displayed in the viewer with what's being displayed in the accessory pane. When displaying 3D nodes, this button lets you have access to additional mini 3D viewers. That's what I pressed before. Oh wait, no, this is the quad view. Oops. Yeah, let's just, the quad view with one page is enough. I don't need 2 pages open with quad view because that's too much. This is the side view, view from the right, view from its perspective view, and this is the top. And this is, what view is this? Front. But that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we crashed. No. Dang it. We were doing so well. Let's just reload, man. Let's get back in there. Got 30 more minutes. Subview. What is the subview? I still don't know what the subview is. Subview. Is this subview? Asus. Movie quality coloration right there. Black magic. Okay, whatever. Stereo. Yeah, I just want the basic default. You know what? I think if I'm streaming, I also want to make the page a little bit larger. UI. How do I do that? Workspace. Scripts. No. Oh, I got Reactor here. Remote rendering, video scopes. How do I make the the UI larger? The preferences, video, and no user interface, editing, control panels, panel sensitivity, display settings, UI. How do I do this? UI settings. Wouldn't it be here? UI display scale. I think that's it. I gotta restart. Right. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's reset. Let's restart. Yeah, definitely looks larger. Oh boy, this looks really large. Why can't I do like 120%? Preferences. Although I can definitely see this a lot better. And I'm sure if I'm catering to viewers, it's going to be easier for you to see as well. Again, user UI 150. All right. I guess. Oh yeah, no, I think that was because there was like some glitch. I remember I had that issue in this page. This page was super glitched. It was so weird. I don't know, whatever. What happened? All right, let's continue. Subview type. That's that thing. I think I kind of looked through some of those. I think I was there with this. Is this subview? Yeah, I think this is. It's either this or the. Oh, that's lookup table. Color, menu, stereo. I don't know what stereo is. Whatever. Let's keep moving. Node name, the name of the currently viewed. So it is. It's gonna be this. Subview. Oh, okay. All right, we figured it out. Ooh. Histogram on the screen. Color inspect. Ooh. I mean, okay. Navigator. Screen on a screen. Magnifier. Inspecting pixels. 2D viewer. Another screen on a screen. 3D histogram. Oh, this one's cool. And it probably doesn't make too much sense because, oops. Because this is not like a real 3D scene, it's just projected image with a single text here. Okay. Okay. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's right, because it was that's right. So if you're in 3D view, you can't see anything. No, excuse me. Color inspector, we could inspect pixels. Histogram, we get to see the light waves. Image info, there is none, so nothing shows up. Metadata, there is none, so none of it shows up. Vector scopes, it's kind of useful. And then there's waveform. So we could hear how the image looks. We've got return on investments controls. That's not what that stands for. But anyways, there's the node name, and then the ROI controls, which is clicking the icon itself enables or disables ROI, region of interest, not return on investments. Region of interest, limiting in the viewer. Okay. While using the menu, it lets you choose the region of the region of interest. Region of interest lets you define the region of the viewer in which pixels actually need to be updated. Oh, if you're rendering something that's heavy, that's how you do it. To save space on the computer. Makes sense? I always wondered how people did that. When a node renders, it intersects the current region of interest with the current domain of definition to determine what pixels should be affected. When enabled, you can position a rectangle to restrict rendering to a small region of the image, which can significantly speed up performance when you're working on very high resolution or complex compositions. Auto, the default, sets the region to whatever is possible at the current zoom pan level in the viewer. Choosing set Choosing set lets you draw a custom region within the frame by dragging a rectangle that defaults to the size of the viewer, which is resizable by dragging the corners of or sides of the on-screen control. Choosing lock prevents changes from being made to the current region of interest. Choosing reset resets the region of interest to the whole viewer. All right. If we're rendering heavy 3D scenes or piping things through, we don't have to render the whole screen. Color controls lets you choose which color and or image channels to display in the viewer. Clicking the icon itself toggles between color, RGB, and alpha. Opening the menu displays every possible channel that can be displayed for the currently viewed node, commonly including RGB, red, green, blue, and alpha. Available in the keyboard by pressing R, G, B, or A. R, G, B, A. R, G, B, R, G, B. That's actually kind of a cool one. And then you press it twice, and there you go. For certain media nodes, additional auxiliary channels are available to be viewed, including Z-depth, object ID, material ID, XYZ normals, and so on. Ah, man, that's how you do it. That's what this is for. Previously, I worked with EXRs, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I couldn't figure out how to, like, go through the different layers. And this is how. With this up here. Up here. And then we've got the viewer lookup table. Clicking the icon itself toggles lookup table. Display on or off. That's this one. Oh, so I could add some crazy lookup table right here. Film looks. Let's do something. Display on or off. While the menu lets you choose which of the many available color space conversions to apply to the viewer, the top options let you choose fusion controls that can be customized via the edit item at the top of this menu. The rest of this menu shows all lookup tables installed in the lookup table directory to use for viewing. By default, when using DaVinci Resolve, the viewers in the Fusion page show you the image prior to any grading done in the color page. The viewers in the Fusion page show you the image before grading in the color page. Since the Fusion page comes before the color page in the DaVinci Resolve image processing pipeline, when you're working on clips that have been converted to linear color space for compositing, it is desirable to composite and make adjustments to the image relative to a normalized version of the image that appears close to what the final will be. Enabling the lookup table display lets you do this as a preview without permanently applying color adjustments to the image. Enabling the LUT display lets you do this as a preview. Okay, so it's just doing a preview. So you can get final image preview pretty much. Makes sense. Okay. So lookup table is just preview. And then we've got the option menu. This menu contains various settings that pertain to the viewers in Fusion. Snap to pixel when drawing or adjusting a polyline, mask, or spline. Spline? The control points will snap to pixel locations. Where's that? Options menu. This? Yes. This is the options menu. Here, and to even simplify it for myself, we've got snap to pixel. Snap to pixel when drawing or adjusting a polyline, mask, or spline. The control points will snap to pixel locations. Show controls. toggles whatever on-screen controls are visible for the currently selected node. Show controls, yeah. Okay. Region provides all the settings for the region of interest in the viewer. That's right, ROI, region of interest. We turned it on. Show DOD. Wait, I forgot already what DOD was. Day of defeat. DOD. What was that? Domain of definition. Oh, no, that's actually what the region of interest, what I was thinking it was. Domain of definition, man. I've never. Option menu. Snap to pixel region. Smooth resize. This option uses a smoother bilinear interpolated resizing method when zooming into an image in the viewer. Otherwise, scaling uses the nearest neighbor method and shows noticeable aliasing artifacts. Smooth resize. Oh, okay. This option uses a smoother bilinear interpolated resizing method when zooming into an image. So if you're ever gonna do a zoom in, which I assume you will, you'll want to have this turned on, which by default it is. Okay, so whatever. Okay, but good to know. Otherwise, scaling uses the nearest neighbor. Nearest neighbor is just some algorithm for calculating or not calculating resizing, and it leaves aliasing artifacts. However, this is more useful when you zoom in at pixel level since there is no interpolation. And then show square pixels overrides the auto aspect correction when using formats with non-square pixels. Checker underlay toggles a checkerboard underlay that makes it easy to see areas of transparency. We don't have transparency in this. We did before. If I pipe this in, but I don't know how to do that. Why didn't it? All right, snap it to the grid, man. What the? I want it on the grid. Can I? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Wait. Oh, checker underlay. Aha. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Checker underlay. Cool. And then normalized color range allows for the visualization of brightness values outside of the normal viewing range, particularly when working with floating point images or auxiliary channels. Normalized color range allows for the visualization of brightness values outside the normal viewing range. So HDR. If we're using HDR, you want to turn this button on. I guess. Maybe. That might be advanced stuff. I don't know. I'm not gonna put it in my head that that's what you gotta do for sure. But gain/gamma exposes a simple pair of gain and gamma sliders that let you adjust the viewer's brightness. Yet. Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh. Ooh. 360 view used to properly display spherical imagery in a variety of formats, selectable from this menu. 360 view. Huh? 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 Okay, I don't know what 360 view is. Stereo, used to properly display stereoscopic imagery in a variety of formats. Selectable from this menu. What is stereo? Okay. Alrighty. Time ruler and transport controls. Man, we are getting close to the end of today's session. And we are just familiarizing ourselves with the interface. Should we pause it here for today? Should we review what we've gone over? We explored the Fusion interface. Oh no, there's a little more. We did this too. Introduction to compositing and Fusion. This is what we read. Fusion fundamentals. Yeah. I like this idea of literally reading the DaVinci Resolve Fusion manual on stream. Feels good. Feels like a good idea. I think this might be the series. I don't know who's gonna watch, but I don't know. Seems fun. Seems like a good idea. In the process, I'll be able to get more comfortable streaming. I'll get the hours in. I'll learn Fusion and DaVinci Resolve on a much deeper level, and it will be a fun time. People stopping by will be interested in learning. Maybe I can make it entertaining. You know, just learning this stuff is going to be fun. But then applying it will be sweet. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this idea. I'm liking the idea. But how much is that? How much did I read today? I mean, it's tough to gauge how long this is going to take because yeah, I mean, I was taking my time today and I started late. So maybe tomorrow I could time it or just start at right at 7 and try to go for 3 hours. Let's see if that's possible. Introduction to compositing and Fusion, exploring the Fusion interface, getting clips into Fusion, rendering using saver nodes, working in the node editor, node groups, macros, and Fusion templates, using viewers. So let's see, we just started on the introduction and we're exploring the interface right now. And then I think that's where we're at. We did the intro, standalone application. No, we're not doing that. The 3D viewer stuff, intro to 3D viewer stuff, exploring the Fusion interface, user interface, work area, interface toolbar, Buttons. Who could forget the buttons? Not after this stream. No forgetting these buttons after this stream. Man, we had some great times learning about these buttons. And then choosing which panel has focus. We never figured that one out. Viewers. Oh, we did. I mean, it's like a setting in the thing. But whatever. Zooming and panning into viewers. Yeah, we set up our thing like this. Wait. Oh. Yeah. And then click viewer and press the equal key, all that stuff. Loading nodes into viewers. Transform. Wait, subview. Region of interest. Time ruler and transport controls. That's where we're at. This is where we are. So we're gonna leave this off here at 1166. I'm gonna take a note. Take a note. I am taking a note of what we went over. Read the intro of the Fusion page, reference manual, and left off at page 1166, time ruler and transport controls. Cool. We got 5 more minutes. What are we going to do for the next 5 minutes? Sing and dance for the people. Take a sneak peek. Fusion fundamentals, Fusion page effects. Fusion fundamentals, introduction to compositing, exploring the Fusion interface, getting clips into Fusion, rendering using saver nodes. I don't know what that is. Maybe we'll get to there next. Working in the node editor, node groups, macros, and Fusion templates, using viewers, editing parameters in the inspector, animating in Fusion's keyframe editor, animating in Fusion's spline editor, animating with motion paths, using modifiers, expressions, custom controls, preferences, controlling image processing and resolution, managing color for visual effects, understanding image channels, compositing layers in Fusion, rotoscoping them with masks, paint, using tracker node, planner tracking, using OpenFX, ResolveFX, and Fuse plugins, 3D compositing basics, 3D camera tracking, particle systems, optical flow and stereoscopic nodes, and then page effects, 3D nodes. Sheesh. Oh man, this is gonna be a long series. All right. I mean, I like the idea. I like it. I'm gonna stick with it. 3D material nodes, blend, channel boolean, cook torrents, material merge, fung, reflect, stereo mix, ward, the common controls, 3D texture nodes, blur nodes, color nodes, composite nodes, deep pixel nodes, effect nodes, film nodes, filter nodes, flow organizational nodes, fuses, generator nodes, in-out nodes, LUT nodes, mask nodes, matte nodes, metadata nodes, miscellaneous nodes, optical flow, paint node, particle nodes, position nodes, resolve connect, shape nodes, stereo nodes, tracker nodes, transform nodes. I mean, geez. USD nodes, cool. VR nodes, cool. Warp nodes and modifiers. Jeez. And then, oh man, that was just the page effects. Color? Is this, oh, color grading. Resolve effects. Okay. So this is going to be the scope of this first part. Fusion fundamentals and Fusion page effects. And then we'll see where we're at. Yeah, sounds like a plan. That will be fun. Sweet. Well, thanks for watching. This is the first episode of an ongoing series that I don't know how long it's going to take to get through the Fusion page, the Fusion reference manual, and learn the ins and outs of DaVinci Resolve's Fusion page and all that jazz. But thanks for seeing episode number 1. Hopefully I can get some people watching live, because that would be a lot more fun. But to be honest, this was kind of fun just doing it as I did it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I'll see you. What's the schedule? What's the schedule? Do I see you tomorrow? Do I see what? See you tomorrow. Thursday? Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.